Hi, this is Lisbeth. I'm the founder of Nordic Dog Trainer, and this is the tip of the week. So, this week, I want to talk about whispering. It's a very interesting topic, actually, and I did some preparations for this recording. So, I did Google a bit about whispering, and I found some very interesting facts about it. First of all, why am I talking about whispering? A few years ago, well, 5, 6 years ago, I made a film and I tried today to find it on my old mobile phone, but I couldn't find it, unfortunately, because it was a perfect example to show you. But I was out walking in the woods with my dogs. They were off leash and it was winter time, so it was a lot of snow. And when there is a lot of snow, it does something with the sound. It's all very quiet, also because there are not much birds out in the winter. So it was very quiet already. So my dogs were off leash and they were very far away. And I just wanted to just play around with how loud my voice had to be for them to hear me. So I was whispering. I just started whispering and I can't remember exactly, but I said something about like, do you want to come back? You know. And then I said their names and I was literally whispering and you can't believe me until you see that video and I can't find the video. So that's why I'm actually challenging you to do the same because I'll tell you, you'll be surprised. We know that dogs' hearing capacity is about 4 times better than humans. So they can hear extremely well compared to us. And in daily life, I think that we overall should start being more aware of how we are talking to our dogs, the tone of voice and how loud we are talking, not necessarily what we're saying. I'm not talking about cues and commands today, but the tone of our voice and how loud we are actually speaking because very often it's unnecessary, especially when we start repeating ourselves for recall and stuff like that. We are raising our voice because we get annoyed. So, my challenge for you today is to be more aware of how you use your tone of voice and to actually try to whisper to your dog. You can start inside and then you can do it outside, just because I know you'll be surprised. The thing is that whispering has a lot of positive effects also on humans. So, in general, when we are whispering, first of all, it's activating our brain's curiosity response, so to say. So, we pay more attention to what's said. I've been teaching for 20 plus years, and something that we uh, learn when we are teaching is that we should use our voice and tone of voice in order to make the lectures, the lessons more interesting, to to make sure that we go up and down a little bit, not, very boring teaching like this, then you can't listen to me for very long. So we're supposed to use our voice going up and down and so on. And the interesting thing is that also as a human teacher, teaching humans, the effect of lowering our voice has very often a larger effect to stimulating the curiosity response in the brain and also to pay more attention to what is being said because you have to concentrate. So sometimes, or very often, when we are communicating with each other, humans, we tend to raise our voice when we want someone's attention. But if we lower it, it actually has very often a bigger effect. So instead of raising my voice when I say something important, it's also, better for us if I lower my voice a little bit because it makes you pay more attention to what I'm saying, right? The thing is that whispering can also help lowering our heart rate and blood pressure. for humans. So it might have the same effect on dogs. I don't know. Haven't found any scientific papers on it, and I haven't really searched for it either, to be honest. But if you have, if you know about anything, please let us know and send us the link. But for sure, for humans, that happens. So imagine if we are overall paying more attention to how we are using our voice. We know already that dogs and animals in general respond positive to calming, soothing, lower tone of voices. Whispering can also reduce anxiety and promote calm in animals. And I'm just going to check my screen now because I found a couple of examples when I Googled it. The interesting thing is this is just for curiosity, but they use low frequency rumbles that are almost like whispers to communicate over long distances. And some birds they whisper to comfort their chicks or communicate without attracting predators. And dolphins, they use soft clicks to stay in touch with when they're hunting together. So it's not only us that are using our voice like this, but also animals. So an additionally interesting fact is that whispering also works well in noisy environments. So when we are whispering in loud environments, the brain is naturally trying to focus and filtering out the background noise. And this is called the Lombard effect. So it's a whole, you know, thing, this about using our voice. So my challenge for you this weekend is to try and whisper to your dog, just, to see if your dog is able to hear you. And just as an exercise for you to be more aware of how you use your tone. I have been working with reactive dogs and nervous and anxious dogs for many, many years. And I've taken them into my home. They've been rehomed to me. So I have had to be aware of how I use my voice inside the house as well when I communicate with other humans and with the dogs. Because some of the dogs that I took into my home, they were very anxious if the tone of voice was higher and the volume was higher. They got scared. So I had to be more attentive to how I was talking. And this has been something that I've been doing over years. So I've slowly gotten used to it, but I had to concentrate. You have to think about how you do it. It doesn't happen automatically. Like everything else, we have to learn how to do it. So if you pair this with using our body language in a more polite way when we are communicating with dogs, you have two things. You have the visual and you have the sound. So imagine how much we can improve our communication skills with our dogs with just adjusting our voice, our tonal voice, and our body language a little bit. It's about learning something new, learning how we can communicate in a better way with our dogs. And I think, honestly, they deserve it. They deserve that we pay more attention to it. So I hope this was triggering something in you as well, and that you maybe become a bit curious. Try talking in a lower, softer kind of voice, not high, volume, and whisper to your dog as well, and see how he or she reacts and how your blood pressure will also lower a bit. Have a very nice weekend, and I'll see you next Friday for a new tip of the week. Bye.